All right, what's up? I'm Grant Rabe,
My name is Ryan Nixon.
and today we're talking about the issue of homelessness within our community.
Yeah, so currently there is over 7,000 individuals experiencing homelessness in Orange County, and 36% of that 7,000 are actually unsheltered, experiencing unsheltered homelessness. So that's an issue that goes both ways. Obviously, it's really disheartening to know that there's people out there who are experiencing food insecurity, who have to brave the weather, who just don't have a home, they don't have their people. But at that same time, there's people who live in these areas surrounded by homelessness, and they might feel unsafe because 36% of the homeless population also deals with chronic substance abuse. So often people feel sort of unsafe in these areas, so that's a solution we're kind of trying to fix.
Yeah, and then even a couple other solutions that we've come up with is one being more affordable houses. They don't need big houses, big properties. They just need just smaller, cheaper, just really just more affordable houses. And then even another one being like someone would deal with homeless shelters, maybe making more room inside of them, maybe building a bigger one, adding more. That could help. And then, as we were saying earlier, rehab, that's honestly one of the biggest things in my eyes. If we could get more homeless people into rehab centers, because I personally feel that most homeless people are either dealing with drug addictions or just prior medical and mental conditions. So I think if we are able to get more people into rehab centers, it could help them, and it could also help the people by making us feel like they're making an effort, and we could also help them out by knowing that they're doing what they need to do to try to get off the streets as well.
Absolutely. I think that if you're going to create any kind of change, you need people to have the right sort of mindset, the right sort of heart. So if people are afraid, if they're sort of battling that fear, rehab centers are something that we can kind of do logically, right? And then we just want to talk about, who can sort of solve this issue for us. We're looking at mainly nonprofits or institutions, humanitarian institutions, that sort of thing. Because we need people who have a heart for it. It's really easy to look the other way, but the government can also help. But sometimes when we're talking about local spaces, it's easier to sort of go to local people, local congressmen, right?
Yeah.
So with that, we are going to interview our principal, Mr. Weinreich. Okay, so we are here with Mr. Weinreich, our principal, and
Good morning.
Good morning, and we just had some questions for you about this issue of local homelessness.
So the first question you want to ask is, does local homelessness feel like a pressing issue to you?
I think it does. At times, when you're around town, and I live here in Fullerton, so when you're going around Fullerton, you're going around these local communities, you do see a lot of homeless people around, and obviously there needs to be something done to help them out, and so it does seem like it's definitely a very visible issue.
So our second question is, why is solving homelessness in Orange County an important issue to you?
Well, I think it's important that people have shelter and they're taken care of. A lot of people, sometimes are there not by choice, and so how do we help them through those situations and problems and issues, and figure out a way to collectively work with them.
Absolutely, and I would feel that it's sort of the heart of Sunny Hills and probably the heart of you to help those kind of people. I mean, obviously, we could just turn a blind eye, right? But
Yeah.
But it is sort of like a mission, right?
Yeah, you could definitely. It's easy. It's very easy to just go the other way. You get off the freeway ramp and there's somebody standing there. But to try to do something to help somebody out is the right thing to do.
Do you feel like there's a solution to this issue?
That's a tough question.
It is a
I don't
tough
know
question.
if there's a one solution to it right here.
Yeah.
A lot of it's a change of heart. A lot of it's a change of just what do we think of our fellow man, our humans, and how do we treat them, and how do we look for ways to help them out. So again, each situation's so different. I think for a lot of people that are out there, that it's not a one size solution that fits all. So I wish I had a solution to it, but I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Yeah, 100%. I'd agree with you on that. It's not something that it's going to be like one solution you come up with one day. You'd have to really, I'd say, like, sit down and try to figure something out, especially knowing that, like, each individual is going to be different for everyone, Like, not everyone has the same situation.
Absolutely.
So maybe not one solution will help everyone, but it could help a couple people, but it's just one of the things you have to really sit down and, like, talk about it.
Yeah, so as we're sort of like sitting down and talking about it right now, who do you feel should take charge in like fixing this as we're sort of moving toward a solution? And that could be like an institution, a local government, federal government. What do you think?
Yeah, I tend to be more of the private organizations, religious organizations, or ones that are more humanitarian organized private type groups like that than putting it collectively on the government. I think sometimes the government solutions tend to be a one size fits all that doesn't always work. I think more than likely it's gonna need some sort of smaller, more local level type of solutions that I think can be more helpful.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree because if it's local government, you can sort of have a solution that like best fits the needs of your personal community.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And each community is different. I mean, California's a large state, and there's very, very different communities, very diverse communities, different ways that people do things and handle issues. So I think that more localized solutions, should be what we aim for.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Weinreich.